Want to see a really cool Narragansett tap? All right, I got you. This one is absolutely wonderful. With Narragansett, I've mentioned before that a lot of their taps are a little bit tricky to find. Some of them are harder to find than other ones, and ones like this one can be particularly hard to find because this is one of the old school ones. The newer ones are based upon Narragansett being kind of the brand being rebought and run and kind of rehabilitated, I believe, by the folks that did Nantucket Nectars. But wonderful group of people. This, though, is one of their old school ones, and there's a few things that are very notable about these. One of the things that I do want to point out just off the bat is the material and what this is made out of. If you look at this and you're not familiar with these taps, you haven't kind of like inspected this properly, you would say that this is a wooden tap. Now, if we're looking at this, we've got that wood pattern. If we check it out on the other side, we have the wood pattern. If you look at the design here, you've got that portion that goes in there and goes in there. That is similar to if something is turned on a wood lathe, that's a similar design that you would see. However, just look at the side and you'll see this line right here that goes through the side, goes up to the top and on the other side. And then I also got a little tap test for you. Hear that? With all of those, that means that we're dealing with a plastic tap handle, but that also doesn't make this any less special. It's worth noting that that's kind of a very notable thing that was done during a specific period of time where you had plastic so you could easily make a tap like this, but they still wanted to make things look like wood. So that is when this came out. I'm not sure exactly when they would have done this one. If people know about the timing of the logos or anything like that, definitely let me know. I'd love to be able to share that. But with that, essentially what the timing that you're looking at is these were typically, I believe, more common around the, I want to say, like 70s, 80s, stuff like that. I do know that Narragansett, I know that they were out of business, I believe, by the 90s. So that's roughly the timing that you would have been looking at, is at least before that. There's a few other things that are notable about this as well. First of all, this actual logo here is just really great. They've got the Narragansett script there, mentions lager beer. There's a little mark here. It looks like that's just a regular wear mark. But you do also have the little schooner or whatever that's supposed to be there. And then same on the other side. So overall, great design for the tap. And it's also worth noting the ferrule on the bottom here for a couple of reasons. First, if we look in it, let's see if we can get some light. I believe that it may still have a hanger bolt on the other side to have it in there, but I can't quite tell. Another thing as well is just this is quite short, so it's a very unique one. One of the things to note about that is if you ever got one of these tap handles and it was missing that, it's going to be almost impossible to replace that. You're not going to be able to find a ferrule of a similar design. But overall, super cool tap handle, vintage Narragansett. Like I mentioned, plastic, not wood, but still really cool.